Refugees. The first thing that comes to mind of a lot of people is that these people suffer in their boats on the sea and in their own country. Pain, fear, death. However, there are still a lot of people that think that they should leave our country and go back to their own country, where war, rape and hunger occurs every day. They don't deserve this. No one deserves this. Some people stereotype refugees as wrong people, criminals and terrorists. This is totally not true for most cases and hurts a lot of refugees who just want to improve their lives in a better country with more opportunities. Let's help them as a community and accept them, just like many others thankfully do.
In this small documentary, we will discuss one of the topics that can often be seen on the news and will play a big role in our lives nowadays. These days, there are more refugees than there have ever been before. Millions of people have left their homes to look for a safer and better life. They've been forced to leave their own country and cannot return home safely. Most refugees come from areas where there's a war or a threat of war, or they come from states where violations of human rights take place. The number of refugees is increasing due to new conflicts. Around 100,000 refugees are currently living in the Netherlands. So you can conclude that the Netherlands also have to deal with this occurrence. The majority of the Dutch population believes that we should take care of refugees. But where do these refugees come from? And what's the situation now? And how is it expected to be in the future? In 2017 there were about 65.5 million so-called displaced persons in the world. 20 million of these people were refugees. Half of these refugees were underage. The biggest ethnic group of these refugees come from Syria, approximately about 5 million people. Most of the refugees are hosted by Turkey. This country hosted 2.1 million refugees in 2017, partly because of a deal made with the European Union. In this deal, Turkey would keep most of the refugees in exchange for money from the European Union. In 2017, 17,000 of the refugees came to the Netherlands, and far the biggest part of these people were Syrians. Despite this relatively small number, there has been lots of disagreement about how much refugees the Netherlands should take in. This discussion, for instance, escalated in Geldermalsen. In this village, riots broke out because the inhabitants didn't agree with the decision of the municipality to take in refugees. Nowadays, refugees in the Netherlands are kept in so-called asylum seeker centrums. These can be everything and everywhere, from prisons and event halls to recreation parks and tent camps. The Centraal Orgaan Opvang Asielzoekers, shortened COA, struggles with the enormous influx of refugees into the Netherlands. So every serious possibility for shelter is appreciated. Also, certain laws and policies for refugees have been drawn up. Furthermore, each individual is determined whether he or she can be seen as a refugee. This is done by the Immigratie- en Naturalisatiedienst, also called the IND. Every year, new estimates are made about the future flow of immigration to Europe and the Netherlands. Conclusion of these estimates state that in the near future, the number of refugees fleeing to our country will increase. In the long run though, the amount of refugees and displaced persons to Europe will decrease. Also, the difference in the size between the native population and the migrant population will fade away. Also, it is very plausible that the ethnicity of the refugees will change.
Ik ben Marijke Toorman en ik werk bij Vluchtelingenwerk Oost-Nederland. Ik ben betaald communicatieadviseur voor de regio Overijssel en Gelderland. En daarnaast ben ik taalcoach voor een Syrisch gezin. En dat doe ik in mijn vrije tijd. Als je kijkt hoeveel aandacht er is voor vluchtelingen en hoeveel vluchtelingen er uiteindelijk in de gemeente terechtkomen, dat is echt, ik vind dat er te veel aandacht is voor vluchtelingen. Een beetje raar als communicatieadviseur misschien om te zeggen, maar het zal geen zoden, we worden niet een heel ander land met die vluchtelingen. Niet ten negatieve, niet ten positieve. Zoveel invloed hebben ze gewoon niet, uiteindelijk. Dus ik denk dat we de invloed overschatten. Ook ik had natuurlijk vooroordelen en heel veel vooroordelen daarvan zijn wel weg, zeg maar.